Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fans of Skytear, and welcome to the third place match of the April World Qualifiers. I am the Commander reporting in for duty tonight, and like Tina Turner, I will be your private dancer. Joining with me tonight, as always, to bring us the fun and excitement, my best friend in the Skytear community is Zaraghul.
Oh, hello there. Wow. I'm overwhelmed by those feelings that are coming now.
I apologize to Smiaz, but Smiaz, you do rank a close second. However, Zaraghul and I have been through Outsiders Only fighting together against the tyranny of Corrido, so he outranks you slightly. All right, anyways. Moving on from that, we are, as we mentioned, in the bronze place match here. This is going to be against Gameslayer at the top of your screen and cdubs at the bottom of your screen. Both players fought very well in the Swiss rounds, earning a bye into the playoff stage, but unfortunately were knocked out in their respective semifinal matches, therefore now playing the third place match. Of course, Gameslayer, as the winner of the previous World Qualifier from last month, is already set to enter the World Championships. cdubs has not as of yet qualified, and because there is a difference in Skytear shards being earned here, there is something on the line for both of these players. I believe the difference between making playoffs and winning third is about 300 Skytear shards, which of course adds up over time when you're looking for those end-of-the-year goodies purchases.
Yeah, for sure. Quite valuable, all those shards. Quite valuable. So what are we going to see here? Like the victory conditions, for example?
Yes. Yeah, let's talk about those victory conditions.
Yes. This is left breach, right breach, obstinacy. What's going on here? We've got two breaches.
Yes.
Favoring actually cdubs because on his left side is number one. Maybe.
Well,
hopefully, and or Gameslayer at the same time as his right breach is number one.
Right, exactly. cdubs' left breach is Gameslayer's right breach, so lane one works for them. So
that's
actually hard to say here.
That's the crazy stuff.
Indeed. So Gameslayer actually is the lower seed here. We did mention both of them earned a bye, but cdubs was number one, Gameslayer number two, due to strength of schedule here. So cdubs got the initial coin toss win, so to speak. cdubs elected to bring his outsider, the Silent Ambassador, instead of risking the Scourge of Puido, who is Gameslayer's. And Gameslayer said immediately, that may have been a decision for you, but I always go first with this list. And immediately grabbed that flux. So we do see the players rounding out their drafts right now. For Gameslayer, who did bring 4 yellow and Kichi and Yami, has elected to go with Akuti, Shafathi, Satheru, and Kichi. Whereas cdubs, who did mono yellow plus Yami, praise be to Yami, bringing Akuti, Satheru, Shafathi, and Yami, which means that we have a grand total of 6 mages on the field, which means we're going to have a total bloodbath, despite the fact that the only kill objective is obstinacy.
Okay, we redo that counting and make it 5. 5 mages, but that's fine as well.
Math is hard. I was counting Yami because she is just so good.
Okay, yeah, that's quite fair. At least at your point of view. So I'm quite surprised that, for example, cdubs didn't pick his Acrit. I don't know what the cards are with her, but maybe that might have been a decision to go to Yami and Akuti in combination over a combination with Acrit.
Indeed. So I can tell you, because of course we did have closed deck lists during the main tournament, but since this is the last game, and of course both of these players are part of the same Skytear team, they both have seen each other's decks, so we're not really unveiling any unknown information at this point. Ekrit for Chris would have brought Mind Palace, Chasms, Refract, Sudden Distraction, and Ice Wall, whereas Yami is bringing Barring the Way, Quick Shot, Combustion, and Dragon Punch. So a little bit less control, not bringing Ekrit, I should say control cards per se. But on the other hand, Yami does still bring the Combustion. Yami can step over minions, is slightly more durable than Ekrit. And of course, once we get into the ultimate rounds, can potentially yank one of Gameslayer's mages into their death. So we'll see how that works out there. Of course, Chris's Akuti also bringing him Presence, Redirects, and Wind Blast. Shafathi is going to carry Psychic Shield, Clear Minds, and Time Glitches, 3 copies of each, while Satheru brings Doom, Nightmares Incarnates, and Soul Screams. On the other hand, for Gameslayer, Kichi is going to bring Psychic Vampirism, Skytear Discharges, and Unstoppables. Satheru will bring Shatterminds, Nightmares Incarnates, and Soul Screams. Akuti is going to bring Presence, Redirect, Chasm, and Ice Wall. And Shafathi is going to bring Mind Palace, Psychic Shield, Swiftness, and Redirects. All right, so we see the very common opening here now with the yellow players. Blue players kind of have that opening where you worship with a Brilvar or a Golbjörn, send them into the dome and lead. We now see a lot of players with Shafathi worshiping to bring Shafathi's illusion into the dome somewhere, dependent on where you want it placed specifically, followed by the skirmish action to get that prediction off, and then a lead action for the finish here.
Yeah, and interchanging positions with his illusion.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, and that was a lead from the deck. So Gameslayer looks like he may have been happy with what he saw there. Although I did see the +2 pop up, so I'm not sure if the Skytear Discharge was what he threw away, or if that was from his initial mulligan. Okay.
I assume it was what he threw away while having a look under the top card. So yeah, okay. you don't want a Skytear Discharge to be your lead from deck.
No, that would be worthless. Clinton could tell us what it's like to lead with a 0 mana from deck. It's highly unfortunate.
Oh yeah, I did that with 2 heroes on my last friendly match, let's say.
Ooh, okay.
We were trying the new draft mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you don't know what's inside the decks, more or less. So
that is very true.
You just play like you always play, and sometimes you tumble over such details. So on cdubs side, as well, quite classic, or
I would say
it's a normal opening for Akuti. So moving into the lane, putting down her illusion, more or closer to the dome, to maybe provide the armor to the mages later on in the game.
Indeed.
And killing a minion with just 1 attack action.
Exactly. All right, so now okay, yeah, Chris is just going to go and register his options there. So now Gameslayer's next move here potentially might use Akuti to semi-mirror the action. Of course, Akuti's Gameslayer's Akuti's illusion will have to be positioned differently due to the fact that 2 illusions can't occupy the same hex. So he won't be able to lay it down right there. Of course, still is possible to position the illusion such that Shafathi can benefit, although given that Chris still has to activate 2 mages, that 1 armor would really only protect against Yami. And given Yami's initial positioning there, it's probably likely that she's going to move skirmish and attack, or move skirmish lead in lane 2 to try to get that lane pushing.
Yeah. In the end, maybe cdubs illusion won't come in handy only just for the minion kill, I assume, because we see 3 mages on the other side of the game board. So not much you can protect against. So not the value that you normally get from positioning the illusion. So okay, Kichi is going on. Okay.
Interesting. Kichi will move, Kichi will attack, and then Kichi's likely going to lead. Just trying to get some... Ooh, you hate to see the +3 flips on the minion kills.
Yeah. What is flipped there?
That was a Psychic Shield that Gameslayer flipped. Yep, and then a lead from the hand for Kichi.
So to make sure to put some pressure on that lane.
Indeed, because Gameslayer knows that Yami is about to come flying in and deal with the minions.
Yeah, Eric, Skytear Discharge is mediocre. Change my mind. Okay.
No, I think that's a reasonable statement. It's good in certain situations, not every. It's a nice card. I don't see any reason to disagree. Do you?
No, I think it has its place.
Exactly.
In certain deck constellations. Certain hero constellations for sure, like Suicide Squad, something like that. Yeah. And might come in handy sometimes, just to put some pressure on your enemy, that on the opponent, that he maybe can't move with a hero where he wants to move.
Indeed. I did actually see Gameslayer do a really cool combination with the Skytear Discharge in an earlier round from him, wherein he played the Skytear Discharge on a wounded Kichi, and then someone still crossed the white line because they decided, hey, let's kill Kichi. And so once they crossed the white line, Gameslayer then decided to pop Psychic Vampirism, and Kichi ended up healing 4 or 5, whatever the Skytear Discharge ended up dealing in damage, which was actually really interesting. All right, meanwhile, it looks like it's time for cdubs' Shafathi to activate here. We do see probably going to do a similar strategy to Gameslayer. Now, of course, Gameslayer's Shafathi has led from the deck, which means that if Chris goes into the dome and leads from a hand, he can potentially outmuscle Gameslayer there, as I don't believe Gameslayer knows what exactly that card is on the Shafathi lead. So with a little bit more certainty, as we mentioned, Gameslayer has a number of 0 and 1 manas with this particular hero's setup, so entirely possible that's not a 3 hidden under Shafathi.
Yeah, interesting to put the illusion up there into that lane. So where do you want to go? Okay, inside the dome.
Yeah. Yep. I assume he's setting up potentially for like a skirmish swap in round number 2, maybe? Or right away.
Which,
also an option.
Okay, wasn't totally necessary.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess if the only reason you would do this is if you wanted the Shafathi illusion to be over there, but as it stands, I don't know why, because where Shafathi is now, Satheru still would have gotten the predict, and Akuti's out of range of that illusion there. So I agree. I don't really see the entire point of that, unless you just want to have that illusion there so that Shafathi can influence lane number 1, lane number 2 during the first round, and then teleport into the dome for the inevitable dome brawl, perhaps?
Maybe, but I would have put the illusion 1 hex to the left, where it's now in the bush, so that Akuti could as well take the advantage of the prediction.
So, the reason that wouldn't have worked though is because Shafathi could only move 2, and Shafathi initially started to the right of Satheru, so that was as far over that he could have gone. Because I think the ultimate goal was Shafathi wanted to end up in lane number 2, and then have the illusion somewhere around there. But oh well, we'll see what happens. So Shafathi has led from the hand, which I think then indicates that Yami's course of action is going to be move, skirmish, and attack a minion, or move, skirmish, and then worship on Kichi to start dealing damage to him. One of those 2 courses. There's no need for her to lead anymore. And we do see Satheru marching out. So Satheru, does he target the illusion, or does he start... Ooh, we got the Satheru worship coming down. That's going to allow nuked in heroes to play cards through there, and we see the lead action as well. All right, so Akuti will likely be coming down to delete the 2 minions, and thus Gameslayer is likely going to have advantage in lane number 1. cdubs have advantage in lane number 2.
Yep, probably. So it looks like that the card that Satheru predicted with the skirmish wasn't worth it to be led from. From the deck.
But on the same token, it did seem to be put back, so perhaps being set up for a flip. Although,
yeah, it makes more sense to step over the right minion. On the right side, and then kill the minion on the left side. Or
indeed.
However, but you will end in the hex on the opposite side there. Okay, if you do this, then
now
you're
we're going
not
to attack
kill.
There, or we're going to attack Kichi. Okay. All right, so Kichi is going to get attacked here, most likely. There's no reason to have done that if you aren't going, or potentially worshipped on one of the 2. Interesting. So it's time for the violence to begin. Again, reminder that the only aggression condition here, or kill condition, is obstinacy. Kill the same hero twice. So getting a kill early, force the respawn by round 3, means that you can set up for a possible turn 3 win there. So what do we have going on here? Chris is going to...
worship.
We are going to worship. Okay, so we're going to put Yami into the dome.
Okay.
So that must mean that Cytheru plans on going into the dome then with a lead action. Okay, 1 damage to Kichi from the worship. Yep. As the players fling their tokens all over the place trying to find the heroes. No one ever remembers to delete your hero tokens until it's time to start moving the HP. All right, so Gameslayer's last hero is Akuti. Her course of action is going to be pretty straightforward. Move, worship the token, attack, kill off 2 minions. The thing then is... Yep, nope, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, you could move inside the dome and then attack Yami and kill a minion as well.
Yes, I think that's what he's going to do.
Or attack.
Because because Chris's Akuti didn't lead, and so therefore Cytheru will still win the lane if Cytheru is leading with a 3. Ooh, and a +3 on the flip. That's where you like to see it. So that'll be 4 damage to Yami, bringing her down to 14. And the flip against the minion, dead minion. So that would explain why Gameslayer did not discard the predicted card there that he saw. He knew it was a +3. He knew the next action was going to be an attack action. So therefore, why not leave it on top, flip it against Yami, get the guaranteed +3 on the attack flip, and then Gameslayer does not run -1s, and so he knew that whatever he flipped against the minion would kill it.
Yep, obviously, like Eric as well found out now, cdubs wants to win the dome.
Indeed. So we do see Cytheru going for the skirmish action, so I assume it'll be a skirmish, attack, and lead perhaps for Cytheru, because and he did put the card back on the deck, so it could be a skirmish worship, or excuse me, a skirmish lead attack, depending on whether Chris returned the card to the top of the deck because it had a high modifier or because it had a high mana value. Deciding his position very carefully, which does matter because you can't get in the dome without being in range of that Cytheru token, so you're not going to get away if Gameslayer decides to spell snipe you.
Yeah, true.
All right, so we're pinging Akuti, so it looks like it was going to be an attack card that was put back on the deck. Yep, a +2 for the attack, so that's 5 piercing damage, brings Akuti down to 11. And the final action, I assume, is a lead.
Yeah, would make sense.
Yep. And there's the lead. So now Gameslayer has to hope that that lead from Shafathi is a 3. Otherwise, Chris gets the dome. All right, let's do some math. So lane number 1 is a 3 for Cytheru, which means Gameslayer wins on a 4-3. That minion dies. Or 4-2, excuse me. That minion dies there. Go ahead and respawn. Draw 1 card for Gameslayer. Brings him up to 5, which means that he will be at capacity when we get to the draw phase.
Eric, if you're referring to Gameslayer's Shafathi, then he did predict a card, and that was the Skytier Discharge that has been flipped.
Yeah, so Gameslayer's Shafathi was not predicted. Then we do see actually a push over in lane number 2, and no, you hate to see it.
What was it, 0?
It's a Skytier Discharge for the Shafathi.
Ew.
Oh, you hate to see it. If Clinton's watching, Clinton is currently nodding, thinking, man, I know how that one feels. So with that being the case, then Gameslayer loses the dome on a 5-2 because Cytheru for Chris did lead with a 3, which means Silent Ambassador now gets to come onto the field, who must spawn somewhere adjacent to the dome's perimeter.
Ooh.
Then her 3 abilities. Oh, no.
I see some beautiful, yeah.
Oh, no.
This is a beautiful
I see
place.
Exactly. No.
Oh, yes.
So what's about to happen here is the Gameslayer is about to get 3 of his people hit by a Stone Storm, which is a 2x2 special ability of the Outsider, which is going to deal 1+ a flip and slow them. Now, interestingly enough, Gameslayer did bring out the Akuti Illusion, so it does make it so that all of them have 1 armor, so this will only deal the modifier's damage, but that is going to be a very crippling slow. 3 people are now slowed. Then, of course, the Scion Ambassador also has the ability to swap heroes and predict as well. So I think actually I saw Chris pulling cards off the top of his deck. Oh, he drew a card first win. Okay, so Chris is actually going to use the Predict 2 in order to see what's going to happen there. So first up is the Outsider's ability, the Farsight to Predict 2. Going to take a look at those, see do we have anything that's good for damage? Nope, we're going to put those both in the trash. And now I assume we're going to use the Stone Storm and then either the attack or the swap.
Yep.
I can't see you passing up Stone Storm when you get 3 people. Okay, +1 on the flip, so 1 damage to all 3 of them. Again, Akuti's armor actually doing a lot of work there, preventing a total of 3 damage across 3 heroes. But the slow still comes down. Now, of course, I'm sure that Gameslayer does have some clear minds. And I would be wrong because they were all on Habarat, so that's a tragic and unfortunate scenario there. Well, he does have some swiftness cards, so he can potentially at least negate these slows by applying fast himself, and then he'll just have normal movement speed. But this is what you get when you skip leg day.
And
you just hobble around.
Yeah, and Games has Akutis down to 7, which
also
brings her into a reach of, let's say, preparation for obstinacy.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you?
Oh, go ahead.
Yes. Would you mind moving the?
Round token?
Yeah. As always, players forget this.
God. How long have they been playing this game?
Yeah, this is just a 3rd place match in a World Qualifier. Only mostly unexperienced
amateurs. Yes, indeed. Never mind that one of them was the runner-up from the 2020 World Championship Series and last month's qualifier. But clearly, some things need to be learned for these new to the sceners. All right, so Gameslayer is activating, and Cytheru is being targeted, which is good because Akuti is about to die from either one of the mages if they get to go. I don't think you can necessarily stop it. So we'll see if cdubs decides to let Akuti go first or kills her off this round so that she can respawn in turn 3. But we do see the skirmish action coming down there, going to go for the predict action, but throwing away the card, even though it was a +1. Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, we're getting right up inside the business there. Okay, +2 on the flip does mean that Chris is there. Oh, and here comes the Skytear Flux. So what 3-mana card are we getting? Soul Scream or? Oh, is there a? No, it is. Aha!
Soul Scream.
Okay.
And Psychic Vampirism.
Nice. And there comes the Psychic Shield. Damn it.
Okay.
Why do we have to ruin this game with Psychic Shield? All right, so let's recap all of this. So Soul Scream will prevent Cytheru from taking pretty much all the damage, as Soul Scream does deal 4+ a card. However, the important thing is that Soul Scream is going to hit both the Shafathi Illusion and Cytheru, which essentially means that although Cytheru is not going to die, Akuti is going to heal pretty much back to max, which means she is no longer in danger of dying. +1 on the flip, so 5 damage. So again, Cytheru takes nothing. The Illusion token takes 5 damage, which is way more than its HP counter. And Gameslayer gets to go ahead and heal back up to 12. And finally going to finish off with a worship action, bringing the Illusion down there. Oh, that's right. Of course, he still has a 3rd action. Yep, because the skirmish action was consumed there. Oh, but a +3 on the flip for the attack. Very nice. You love to see it when you flip the +3s on the attack. So that brings Blue Cytheru down to 7. Oh, and Akuti's going to bring out the Mind Palace, which means she's going to probably do something else like a Presence. There it is.
Oh, okay.
All right. So now Presence is going to give Akuti +1 to control, which means that she's going to pretty much be laser focused down here by the 2 mages. Did discard both of them, of course, not able to lead as she has used all of her actions with the skirmish, the worship, and the attack, but at least did provide 1 more control value, which means now cdubs really has to put some pressure on trying to kill that Akuti.
Yeah. I now have some technical issues because,
Uh-oh.
let's say, no, just regarding the stack, for example. So
I see what you're saying.
normally you would resolve the attack and then trigger the 1+ flip against the minion first, and after that the stack is empty, and then you can play all the cards that have been played now.
Ah.
Do you understand what I'm thinking? So I didn't see the trigger for the minion, or did you see the flip for the minion in the lane?
Yes, he flipped a. I think it was a.
Okay. I just missed that then. Sorry.
No problem. I mean, to be fair, Gameslayer just played like 6 things in the span of about 15 seconds, so fully easy to have missed one of those whenever you can only see what's flashing up on the screen.
Yeah. So yeah, hi Brian, and Eric is giving you a quite perfect resume of the Dome Brawl turn 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Discarding a Sky to Discharge and then Blight leading in Dome with a second one.
And what's funny is, if I'm not mistaken, oh no, he does have a third copy of Sky. He actually,
that would hurt more.
Yep. Okay. Meanwhile, Cytheru gonna go and resume this wailing on Ekrit here, or excuse me, on Akuti there, dealing 5 more damage there with the attack action. We saw the +2 on the flip, bringing Akuti right down to 7. Now going to declare a skirmish. Oh, you love series again. There it is, bringing Akuti down to 4, which means Shafathi is going to just walk in and stab her, and that's going to be the end of Akuti. Unless, of course, Gameslayer has like a migraine or something of that nature in order to prevent damage. Which, no. No, his migraines are on Yami. Well, in this case, let's start the funeral services for Akuti because she's about to die. There's nothing that Gameslayer has that's going to be able to. Well, I guess there's a redirect. So there is redirect.
Yeah, I need to put those GIFs into the overlay.
Oh, that would be amazing. If we could just call up like random GIFs during the match, that would be absolutely wonderful.
Oh yes. Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Ooh. Meanwhile, cdubs looking to position the Cytheru illusion, potentially just setting up, might even just actually kill off Akuti. Nope, we're going all the way into the lane here. All right, so Chris really going to work hard here to prevent any potential breach shenanigans here from Gameslayer in lane number 1.
I think he's just running like a chicken.
Absolutely. Coward! Get back in there and fight!
I mean, it's not really safe in that position.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a cover hex, which means Gameslayer can march his own down into the cover hex and then proceed to start attacking Cytheru. And then just kind of wail on him. Because redirect cannot be used if you can't see the hero playing it, which means that you would not be able to, if Chris has a redirect, you would not be able to redirect it onto, let's say, the minion or the illusion token.
Yeah. So this is again about positioning your heroes in the right places. So maybe it would have been better to just stay in one of the cover hexes near Akuti illusion, and if then Gameslayer would not activate Cytheru or Shafathi next to get some damage onto cdubs, onto the blue Cytheru, then he might survive depending on Akuti's next movement, maybe. So he could maybe somehow body block the other cover hex. Could help a bit.
Gameslayer is opening up with a lead action from Shafathi.
Okay, without predicting.
Yeah, very interesting. Considering that you have the Akuti or the Shafathi illusion right in front of Unless he wants to use the skirmish to go into lane 1?
Yeah, I mean, he's slowed.
Right. So it's not
yeah.
like you're going to go too far.
Yeah. But you would need to replace the illusion.
Ooh, but Yami's going to play Doom. Targeting Shafathi. All right. So this also, I guess, does make sense. Because if you would have predicted a card, then the Doom, obviously, put it back. Your opponent knows that you want it. So Doom means it's most likely going to be a 3 mana. So we'll have to see. What is the Doom card? It is an Unstoppable. Okay.
Okay.
That's going to suck up Shafathi's mana for this turn. So Shafathi will instead lead from the hand. And is now going to skirmish, targeting Yami. Does Chris have a response? Nope. Does not look like it. Going to put that +1 in the trash from this prediction. So, and a +3 on the skirmish. A lot of +3s on our skirmishes tonight. Very nice. You love to see it from both players. Yami takes 3, brings her down to 11. And now I think potentially an attack. Yep, there's the attack action coming down again. Will be a piercing 3+ on the flip here for Gameslayer against Yami. Yami's starting to look a little bit ragged here. And a +2. All right, that's going to bring Yami down to 6, which puts her in kill range. Gameslayer still has 2 heroes left to go. So both players now have heroes that are within kill range for their opponent.
Yes, absolutely. So we are going to see more blood, for sure.
Excellent. You love to see it. You love to see it.
And this is all happening in a push match. Wow.
Yes, yeah, that's the important part here. Is we've got double breach on the field, and instead we're having a good old-fashioned dome brawl, which frankly is fine because I love me some dome brawls and some combat. I don't think we need to be sitting around killing off the poor minions. They're just trying to earn the paycheck to feed their family and kids. Let's go after the big generals, you know?
Yeah.
Hand to scythe combat or blade to knife, whatever they use, staff thing, whatever. Couple of them use staffs, couple of them use scythes. Akuti, I assume, uses the swords that are floating around her. Yami just so.
Yeah. Could be an interesting option. Eric is mentioning, like, does Yami go next to delay obstinacy until turn 4?
Indeed. That's a good question.
Yeah, if she's being killed now, then she would come back round 3.
The thing with Yami is that she still has 18 hit points. So, like, even though Gameslayer is going to ignore her armor for the most part, like 18 hit points still takes you a little bit of time to chew through.
Yeah, that's true.
Although that being said, Gameslayer is running Kichi, and Kichi can just laugh at 9 damage the years, which I don't believe we've actually seen right now. We've seen Gameslayer flip half his deck. No, Curse of the Years is not in the graveyard. Only Final Judgment, Word of Nupton, and Flashback. So it is conceivable that Gameslayer could draw it or has it in his hand. He still does have 2 cards in hand. Could potentially draw that Curse of Years and just cut somebody's HP immediately in half.
Yeah.
Well, we do activate Yami, so I guess the answer to that question is yes. We're going to activate the obstinate. Or I assume going to go for a.
You are dropping a bit.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Your audio is dropping a bit. Yeah, that's a great question. What victory conditions do we think they are going for? I mean, they both try to push on both lanes somehow, but at the same time try to kill one of the other team's hero to get to work really on both the some of the conditions. So I don't think it's too late for obstinacy.
No, I don't think so at all.
Depends a bit on the timing, of course. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So like Kichi now as well is in kill range.
Oh yeah. Ooh. And Gameslayer, I'm sorry, cdubs will still have both Akuti and Shafathi left to go. So interesting to see what happens here. Ooh, Kichi now in danger of dying. +0 on the flip does kill one of Gameslayer's minions though, so that's down. Oh my! All right, so Kichi and Akuti down to 4, Yami down to 6, and Cytheria down to 7 on cdub side. So we could very easily see a battlefield where there's only 4 heroes alive at the end of this activation.
Mm-hmm.
Shafathi now has his choice of whether he wants to kill Kichi or kill Akuti. I feel like you do go for Akuti, though, just due to the fact that A, she's in the dome, and B, she's played that presence. So you kind of want to negate that effect.
Yeah, I think this now depends on whether Gameslayer is going to activate Cytheria first or Kichi first.
Yes.
Kichi, yeah, he might actually kill Yami, depending on cards in hand for Gameslayer.
Yes. Let's see. We are activating Kichi. Yep, we're going for the Yami kill. All right, so Kichi's going to move. Kichi's going to attack.
Check.
This could kill with +3, but I bet he's going to need the skirmish. Yep,
oh, yeah.
That's 4 damage. So unless Gameslayer has a Shatter Mind, or something in hand like so to kill Yami, gonna need to trust the heart of the cards.
I think he's looking at his discard now to, let's say, predict somehow what modifier is going to flip, more or less.
Yep, gonna check the odds of getting that +2 on the flip. And looking at this deck here from Gameslayer, I only see a couple zeros here from Chasm and from Soul Scream.
Yeah.
As compared with what is actually in the deck here, there's another Chasm. There's a lot of +1s. There's more Soul Screams to be had. Of course, we don't know what the 2 cards in his hand are, but there's that. So I'm going to say that it's unlikely that this would flip high enough to kill Yami. And so,
okay.
Yep. All right, so this now incentivizes Shafathi to actually go for Kichi. I don't think cdubs should be taken in by this bait here because you can kill Akuti and then get the outsider and then go and kill Kichi afterwards and give yourself a 4-2 advantage or 3-2 advantage in the next round.
Yes.
You can't take any damage from the tower in lane number 2 here because the control token is at neutral position. So even if Gameslayer does manage to win this, you know, it's a hollow victory, right? It doesn't advance him getting any closer to actually winning the game directly.
Yeah, Eric, it was a lead from deck.
Yes, it was Kichi. A lead from the deck.
So yeah, it might make sense to go for Kichi. And then you still have Akuti. Yeah, Akuti on cdubs side. Yeah.
Now, the other question, though, is Gameslayer playing the 5,000 IQ play? Does he have a... Oh, never mind. It doesn't matter. No, he does have a redirect, I guess. If Gameslayer has a redirect, then Shafathi could march his way over there with move and skirmish, and then try to attack him, and then Kichi can just redirect the attack onto a minion, and then Shafathi doesn't get to kill Kichi and can't lead because that would require all 3 actions. Because as we mentioned, Gameslayer does not have any migraine cards available. Migraine is in the bench.
Yeah, Shafathi.
Okay, so Shafathi is going to go. Let's see.
Warship.
Where is Shafathi's illusion for Chris, by the way? Oh, it was off the field. Must have been destroyed. Oh, that's right. It was destroyed by the Soul Scream. Okay.
Does this make sense?
Well,
If he puts down the illusion, then he's not going to kill Kichi.
Right. He could be trying to kill a Kuti, though. Which I think is the correct decision. Because again, as I mentioned, killing a Kuti means you're getting rid of that presence power, and you're going to be able to then potentially contest the dome using your Kuti. So I feel like it's a net gain.
You still need to do it without warshipping.
True. That is a fair point.
And yeah, let's see. So Shafati, yeah, you will have to fear a redirect. That's sure. That's for sure. But for example, the skirmish couldn't be redirected as a minion wouldn't be a valid target for the skirmish, right?
True, but a skirmish also isn't going to kill either.
Yeah, isn't going to kill.
Skirmish can only max at +3. So let's see. Okay, so we're going to drop it off there. I assume Chris is going to get the predict action down just so he can see if there's kill threat from the skirmish.
So yeah, that's a big question.
So if Shafathi goes 2 to the left, then you can't redirect it anywhere since Shafathi's melee. Akuti would be the only valid target. So if Chris sees a +1 or better, and it looks like he does because he's putting it right back on the top of his deck, Akuti just dies here. Yeah, there's no way for Gameslayer to save Akuti at this point, I don't think.
Okay.
That puts it in range of Akuti's armor, I guess. So that doesn't necessarily make an issue there, but yep. That's enough to kill it, and Akuti for Gameslayer will return in round number 4.
Okay.
All right, so now...
So Team Funeral is on board.
That is correct. May she be guided into everlasting light in the help of the Nupton and whatever they do for funeral rites. I don't know. I never read the lore. Anyways, so that does eliminate Akuti's +2 control value there. Shafathi still did lead from the hand, so currently it is a 4-1, which means that Satheru could march into the dome. And if Satheru actually parks himself in between the Silent Ambassador and Shafathi's illusion, that would guarantee Gameslayer the dome, since Akuti can... Never mind, Akuti can still slide in with up at the top. Never mind. So that would force Akuti to move skirmish and worship in order to get inside the dome, in order to tie the dome.
It's quite a lot of work.
Yes.
Eric, yes, Shafati did swap after moving. Did swap with his illusion.
He did, yes. All right, so Satheru is going to come over here. So Satheru is, interestingly enough, going to contest this. So he's going to go with a skirmish elite and then a doom action. To block the predicted ability. Nice. Okay. So that's twice now that Gameslayer has doomed... Gameslayer's leads have been doomed, and twice that he's actually had unstoppable 3-mana leads put down. All right, so now the question is, does Akuti go and contest the dome, or do we risk whatever Gameslayer put in the dome, or put in his lead from hand there? Excuse me, lead from the deck there. Goodness, couldn't get the words out correctly. And see what happens.
Yeah, I never saw Doom being this destructive to or against leads.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the whole Shafathi illusion prediction has only really recently surfaced, given that Shafathi didn't really see a whole lot of play in Season 1. But now with, the increased deck size, a lot of players are valuing the ability to kind of search through your deck and get the cards that you want on top, whether for attack actions or for lead actions, or at the end of the turn, perhaps to draw them because they know that they're going to be winning at least one of the control points. And so now I think we are going to actually see the Doom card be used a little bit more as that kind of a burn against lead actions.
Yeah, interestingly enough. So with the change for the Nupten illusions, so that they actually can work within 3 hexes and not only within line of sight. So this is really a big advantage. Yeah, but still, we are going to figure out how the season 2 with the new rule set is going to, going into this evolution of the game.
Yes, especially given that we're getting ready to go for the of the year. All right. Well, Akuti is going to move and skirmish. We'll talk about changes. So Akuti is going to go ahead and go for that prediction action, and Chris puts it back on top, which means Akuti is going to actually go for the dome as well. So in this case, going to trust that whatever Gameslayer put on top of his deck isn't very good after the doomed effect went off, and going to lead from the deck as well, given that he saw that. And Cytheru is going to play a quick shot.
Okay.
Oh, that's Chris's that's playing quick shot. Okay. I was going to say, I was like, quick shot kills an adjacent minion. Gameslayer can't play that, but then, of course, it wasn't Gameslayer playing that, so it doesn't make a difference. This is going to be rough, actually, now. So let's take a look here. Gameslayer leads with a 1. Yeah. So that's actually going to result in a 3-2, a 3-3 tie there.
Tie.
As a result. So no movement, no winner there. Just going to respawn 2 new minions. So that quick shot actually saved Chris a minion and prevented Gameslayer to get a card drawed, as Gameslayer flips another +1 in the Kichi lane, which means that we have another tie over there as well. And then Chris is going to win the dome here, as I'm pretty sure that Akuti's lead was predicted. And that's a 5-4 in the dome. Yep, that's a +3 from each player. So now Silent Ambassador comes to the field again for Chris's positioning. Which means that Kichi is not long.
Yeah, he's going to die. So question is just about the circumstances a bit.
Yeah. And I just got a PM. Gameslayer and I actually had our 2v2 game scheduled for right now off of suggestion. Wow. This is awkward. This is a little bit awkward. Whoops. Well, guess we're going to have to delay a game on that one.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Oops. Sorry about that. This is awkward. I blame Gameslayer. Actually, we'll just blame Giacomo. I'm not sure how it's Giacomo's fault that we screwed up on scheduling, but I'm sure I could find a way if we dig through it long enough.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure as well.
All right. So we do see the Silent Ambassador coming down.
Would you do the predict as well again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you do the predict action here because you want to make sure that you can try to kill Kichi with as few actions as possible. So Chris is digging for that +1, finds it, and we have dead Kichi.
Yeah, so 2 potential obstinacy targets, right?
Mm-hmm. And now the Stone Storm is going to be number 3. Oh, and a +3. Ouch, that's going to hurt. Shafathi takes 4 damage there, as he is outside of, or rather because Akuti is dead and does not have her illusion on the field, and is slow. So now Gameslayer at a huge disadvantage here, 4-2.
Wow.
Going into the next round.
Yeah.
Those
cards?
2. Oh.
Well, sorry.
Yeah.
How about the cards?
Go ahead. Well, Chris gets a bunch of cards there. From drawing, or from killing off and then winning the dome. But those draws actually mean that Gameslayer only gets 2 from the end of round. So at the start of turn number 3 here, Gameslayer has a 4-7 card in hand disadvantage and has a 2-4 hero disadvantage as well.
Yes.
So right now, cdubs in a very, very strong position. At this point, honestly, I think that as cdubs, you may be mowing down one of his heroes and then keep Gameslayer staggered.
Yeah, you need to do that. Of course, you need to obtain that hero advantage for sure to be able to get the obstinacy win in the next round. Because this round we are not going to see. Quite sure we are not going to see one of the breaches occur.
Indeed.
So even lane 2, which has been which has been tied as well. So no movement of the token. So only one movement of the token would have helped cdubs in that way, for example, to get closer to the right breach victory, or as well Gameslayer to somehow get some pressure on the left breach. But I think we are going to see an obstinacy win next turn. I could see that.
I agree. Yeah. With Kichi only having 14 hit points and coming back, and Gameslayer is certainly going a couple of his one or two of his heroes this next coming round. I think at this point cdubs can kind of just stagger him until one of the heroes just gets popped a second time. Those dooms really tripped up on the Gameslayer leads and reduced a lot of his pressure.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough heroes to get a breach. Yeah.
Yeah. If Gameslayer was able to have kept Akudi alive, if that Soul Scream card, if the Psychic Shield didn't stop the Soul Scream damage from Cytheru, then Akudi would have been able to heal into full. That may have actually been the difference that would have allowed the Akudi to live, or at least required a lot more. Okay, so we going. Oh, Chris is just going to add pain upon pain here.
Ooh.
Gameslayer's attack against the minion is going to be redirected onto the illusion, which is then going to be redirected back to its original target, the minion. Whew! Redirectception. Okay. Anybody else want to join in on this fun here? Because Akudi and Shafathi can both cast through Cytheru's illusion. Do they want to contribute anything to the...
I don't think it's worth it. So you just let the minion be killed?
Yep. Dead minion. Or not.
Yeah. So...
Oh, the Word of Nupton comes down. Okay. All right, so Word of Nupton, which I actually have to read because I forget exactly how...
Yeah, I think it's heal each friendly hero in Akudi's line of sight 3 HP, and then it's away. And apply disarm to every hero in every enemy hero in line of sight of her illusion.
Yep, and so therefore Cytheru only takes 1 damage, but that's okay because Gameslayer is going to use mana to play Shattermine. And Cytheru is going to play a quick shot just to get 1 final kill off on the minion before he goes down. So this will result in Gameslayer getting at least 1 hero killed, but nevertheless, he's only got 1 more hero to activate, and then Chris gets to run 3 of them, and Shafathi is not going to get to Yami due to the fact that he's slow, unless Gameslayer just pulled a swiftness card.
Yeah, I think we as well assume that it was redirected on Cytheru.
Yes, that is correct. The attack was...
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let me go ahead and sift through the deck here. So I don't see any swiftnesses in game discard. So it is totally possible that he has drawn a swiftness. He does have 3 cards in hand and 5 left in his deck. So it is totally possible Shafathi will be able to negate the slow, be able to move Skirmish into range with Yami and then stab her to at least bring the score down 2-2. But then, of course, cdubs does get the dome essentially for not necessarily free per se, as Cytheru is leading from the deck there, but reasonably easily.
Yeah, but at least now for Gameslayer, we've got a victory condition.
Yes, that is very true. Yep. Satheru is going to return during turn 4, just like everybody else. This is going to be a giant replay in turn number 4. We got 3 people coming back as of right now.
Yeah, I as well think that Yami is a valuable target. Okay, the Akudi illusion on cdubs side is being moved, so I assume that she's going to activate.
Yep. Akudi will worship, then she'll probably attack one of Gameslayer's heroes. Illusion to kill the minion, because that'll give Chris a 4-to-1 advantage for the minions in lane number 1, so he doesn't even. Ooh, +2 on the flip is going to deal 4 damage to Satheru, bringing Gameslayer Satheru down to 9. Ouch.
Yeah, 2 quick questions. So,
sure.
Mentioning quick, the crit shot did kill one of Gameslayer's red minions before Satheru died.
Yes.
Before cdubs, the blue Satheru died. And Eric, the Word of Nupten disarms enemy heroes in the line of sight of the Akudi illusion. And she heals heroes in her line of sight. Yeah.
Yeah, so Satheru does not
get
healed.
I think. 3, I think.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because Akudi and Shafathi were already at full HP, the Word of Nupten was played exclusively just to disarm the Satheru.
Yep.
This is not any nonsense like Freyhill's global ultimate heal. Play it and bam, everybody gets life.
Yeah. Imagine her flying over the map. Like Yami does.
Let's not. Literally, the only reason that I put Freyhill above Yami is because Freyhill can heal and Yami, All right. Meanwhile, we do see the attack action, the skirmish action. Finishing the job there, I think. Against Satheru, chopping him down to 8. And Akudi is going to reposition herself to end the activation.
Yeah, what a bad ultimate. I think Eric is referring to the Word of Nupten. Yeah, it's. I think it's a bit strange. Yeah.
Oh well. All right. So Gameslayer is going to go ahead and skirmish with Shafathi. So we got some Shafathi on Shafathi action here. So 1 damage against Shafathi. So is he just not going? I guess he doesn't have the tools to go for the Yami. So I guess he's going to start going after Akudi.
Yep.
Or going after Shafathi. So, okay. So that brings blue Shafathi down to 13. And a lead from the deck. All right. Very nice. So now cdubs gets to activate 2 in a row. Pop the deck over. Reshuffle. Yeah, good here. I agree. Good heroes should be counterbalanced by bad ultimates. We see that a lot in the.
Yeah, with no.
Oh no, we don't. No, we don't. Do we? Yami, kneel before me. Freyhill, glacial rebirth. Estrida, Song of the Siren. Whoa. Do I need to go on? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Anywho, we do have a.
Those are your 3 favorite ultimates, right?
No. My favorite ultimate is Kneel Before Me. Then after that is Final Judgment, because I just think it's kind of fun to blast someone from the other side of the map. And then what would my final one? Actually, Void Palace. We have never actually seen a good Void Palace play on stream that I'm aware of, but I would love to see it go off one day. Like, just lock them in the Void Palace and watch them tango with each other.
Yes.
Maybe after the Breach update, if the changes go through. We'll see. Cough, cough. Spoiler. Anyways, so attack coming down against the Satheru means that is a dead Satheru who joins the pile of bodies of people being reborn. Also, Satheru already activated, which means he's going to be coming back turn 5, not turn 4. Yep, there we go. Chris is making the adjustment. No, Gameslayer's about to have a complete board wipe here. No, you hate to see it. Oh, and it was a +3 on the lead finally. Whenever 3 from the lead from the deck, the hero dies and it's useless anyways.
Oh.
Ugh. That is an ultimate feels bad, man.
Yeah. Talking about ultimates. So Eric actually thinks that Freiheel's ultimate is pretty meh.
Yeah, well,
I mean, she heals and she deals damage at the same
damage?
time.
Oh, that's why. Because it does damage. Eric hates anything to do with damage. Makes perfect sense. Fair enough. All right.
Okay, now we get you. Avalanche is his favorite ultimate.
Of course it does, because you move people all over the board. Again, on things that don't surprise us at all. Oy vey.
Yeah, demonic possession. How about
that? Demonic possession used to be so good. After we changed frenzy, though, it's just kind of eh. Although,
no, you get a free attack action. Come on.
Yeah, but you got you got 2 free attack actions in season 1. Attack and then attack.
Yeah, but it's a long time ago.
Man, that was 3 months ago. What do you mean?
What I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. It's already 3 months ago.
Oh,
come on.
Make Akino great again. Bring out the Judgment of Kurimo. Bring out the... Once we get that on the field, like, that combo is going to be so good once we play that.
Yeah. The question is, what about a Shafathi ultimate in this matchup?
Well, I think both of them are in the... Well, one Shafathi is about... Actually, no. Amazingly enough, Shafathi is... So cdubs just flipped over his deck, so I have no idea where his flashback is. I'm pretty sure Gameslayer's is... Yeah, his is in the trash. So if there's a flashback, it's going to be from cdubs, and that would be actually hilarious if cdubs just got 5 activations when Gameslayer's down to 1 hero. Uh-oh.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm still here. I just sent you a PM.
I did see that. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I will levels and see.
Just try something. I have no idea actually now. Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. How about this? Does this make it any better?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Once again, it reset it down to like 7% for some reason. Like it just randomly it, and I blame Giacomo.
Yeah, do that.
I'm no idea why he would be involved in my computer settings, but it seems like a good plan to blame him anyways.
Sounds fair. Oh man. So Yami is the last hero to go, right? And
that is correct. Oh, and Shafathi is actually going to play a Nightmares Incarnate.
And she's going to die.
And Yami's going to play Neil before me.
Okay. Yeah, you just place the hero adjacent.
Yep, outside the dome, and then Nightmares Incarnate fizzles.
No more target. Bye-bye.
No more damage.
And she's going to survive with 2 HP. Wow, incredible.
Yep. Nothing is going Gameslayer's way. This is just running him into the dirt here, unfortunately. Ouch. cdubs doing pretty much a great job on all aspects. Dealing with the heroes, dealing with the leads. Very, very well played game.
Yeah.
And
don't see her threatening the breach. It's all about obstinacy here, I think.
Yeah. Worship action brings Shafathi down to 6 HP at this point, which actually means Gameslayer may just end the round. Because Silent Ambassador is coming out and is going to get to do 4+++. So Gameslayer may just not have any hero, which is tragic and unfortunate.
Yeah, This is I never saw this happen.
Yeah, this is brutal. So we do see lane number 1, of course, goes in his favor, and it's still happening.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I
I
don't
have
know.
no idea.
I mean, it sometimes maybe sometimes closes the mic or the recording because it's
Okay.
too loud, maybe.
Huh.
This
I
would
mean,
be...
I've basically kept myself stationary the whole time, like because I know sometimes when we're doing outsiders only, there's misfire issues. So I'm like sitting perfectly still here. Huh.
Don't move.
I'm not. Believe me, I'm not.
So wind blast, no wind blast.
Let me take a look here. Does Gameslayer have wind
No
blast?
wind blast.
No. Nope, you said that, yeah. Wind blasts are both on Yami. Unfortunate. All right, and the tie in the lane in lane ton of gathering there in lane number 2. There are a lot of minions.
So, and Gameslayer's Shafati did lead with what? With a 0 mana card again?
Looks like it.
Was a tie again, right?
It was, indeed.
And there's an outsider who wants to kill that hero. Okay, down to 1 HP.
Yep. Bye-bye. Oh!
It's a 0? Oh, but if he plays the Stone Storm, then...
Yes.
It's a
Which is what he
1+.
did. Yeah, he used the Stone Storm in order to kill him because he's using the third action as predict. In order to see, does he want to draw those 2 cards at the end of the round? Looks like Barring the Way got thrown away, but something else got kept. So, yeah. Gameslayer has 0 heroes.
At the end of round number 3. This is, wow.
Yikes.
Wow.
This is, ouch.
Yeah. And the only heroes that are going to come back are Kichi and Akudi, and they are both targets for cdubs to get the victory by obstinacy. Wow.
Now, the other hand, Cytheru does come back for cdubs as well. And
this is a lot of damage. You've got Yami, you've got Cytheru, Shafati on board. That's if Gameslayer has nothing in hand to run away like a chicken or protect his heroes with 4 redirects on hand, which won't happen for sure. Yeah.
The best thing that I think he might have, if he has like a Dragon Punch, he could move over Dragon Punch 3 minions and Yami. Or I'm sorry, 2 minions and Yami. Or yeah, 3 minions and kill her with that. But ugh.
Yeah.
This is kind of rough. I'm pretty sure this game is going to end this turn with obstinate.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be with cdubs.
Yeah, in the overlay there's still the HP from Gameslayer's Shafati. Yeah, but I think we can we can adjust that. Yeah, Kichi's going first.
Kichi's going to play Swiftness.
Running like a chicken.
We're just going to go and assassinate games. We're going to go and assassinate Cytheru.
Ooh.
Because, so if Kichi plays moves, Curse of Years, attack, that'll get Cytheru in range where you could just run in potentially and kill, but I feel like this is like a desperation Hail Mary play.
A skirmish.
Against Yami makes sense. Ooh, might even go for the 2-for-1 here, actually. Although if cdubs has a redirect or has a way to get Yami out of line of sight, this is going to pretty much spell the end here. And based on the amount of time that this is taking, it sounds like there's a response coming. Hmm.
Yeah, at least thinking about his options.
Yes.
So you would think...
Okay, +2
Okay.
though.
Okay,
Okay.
Yami's dead.
Dead Yami. All right. Dead Yami. She can come back turn number 5, as she has not activated yet.
Okay. Kichi now is in line of sight of Cytheru. So what is
Yep.
going to happen?
Well, I assume an attack at some point here, but I wonder if Kichi has some magic, because Gameslayer still has... Okay, so he doesn't have Curse of Years. We do see the attack down. Oh, and a +3 on the attack.
6 damage.
Oh, baby. Okay.
Down to 8.
So now, if Gameslayer has a bunch of...
Soul Scream?
Oh, oh no!
Sorry,
Oh,
another
not
psychic
again!
shield.
Not again! Oh, you hate to see it.
Oh man, yeah, it's 5 damage and
No.
doesn't do anything. Oh wow. He would have
Oh.
he would have put Cytheru down to 3, right? 3
Yep,
HP.
and Akudi could have marched in and killed him. So now Gameslayer is basically about to get Kichi get wailed on here. Cytheru just activated, did the attack. Kichi is playing Skytear Discharge. In response to the skirmish. Okay, so he's making it so Cytheru isn't going to cross the white line. I don't think yet that Chris necessarily cares about that, because the goal here is we're just going to nuke Kichi and win the game.
Yep.
And we're going to play a Soul Scream. Okay. So now we might finally actually get to see Soul... Nope, we're going to see...
Psychic Shield. Yeah, okay.
Oh my god. So by the way, since someone, and we won't sell them out because we don't call out Eric too many times during a stream,
Oh, yes.
was saying that Psychic Shield ruined yellow, this is why. We have seen 3 Psychic Shields, all 3 blocked by, 3 Soul Screams, all 3 blocked by Psychic Shields. That is a massive amount of damage that we've lost over the course of this game from yellow power cards due to the presence of Psychic Shield.
Yeah, 3 times, right? So 15 damage, I think.
Yes.
At least, yeah.
At least. Well, no, it would be at
damage.
most. Yeah, because it can,
Yeah,
it can only block 5 targets.
3 times Soul Scream, and they were all
Yep.
blocked.
Ugh, feels so bad, man. All right. And looks like we're bringing out the Cytheru Worship as the third action. Probably would have been better to do that first. I mean, I guess it would give you the +1, but whatever. Oh, I think Gameslayer may be conceding at this point. Laid out his hand.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and Chris is also,
So,
I think, laying out his hand as well. Yep, they're going to declare by obstinacy. Yep, because essentially what's going to happen is Akudi's going to do something. Gameslayer has said, I don't have the ability to get over there and kill your Cytheru after you stop my Soul Scream, which means that you just activate your Shafathi, turn around, stab, 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 Kichi's dead. And even if he's not, then your Akudi will go because I'm out of heroes. And so therefore, this game is over by obstinacy. So well done. Good game to cdubs. He is our 3rd place champion. Let's go ahead and talk with the players.
Yeah, we're going to switch over there.
If you had Twister of Souls, dude, like double discharge, throw me in the dome.
That wouldn't have done anything. You were psychic shielded.
That's true. Psychic shield OP.
Yeah, no. I was just running it through. Like, if he hadn't psychic shielded, there was a chance. There was a good chance Akudi gets the kill here.
Oh yeah, I'm like down to 2.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to start by saying that I was very on tilt this game when start of round 2, my Akudi does not get to hit Cytheru from the Psychic Shield, and then because I'm annoyed that I don't hit the Psychic Shield, I forget to kill the minion. Because I forget to kill the minion, and I'm so used to saying yes, I let Cytheru declare an attack on me when I could have redirected it to the outsider and basically killed him.
So compounded.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Akudi hit Cytheru instead. Akudi, who had been presenced, lives, and that's why I played presence, because I was going to live with the because I felt I was going to live with the redirect.
Yeah,
okay.
Just annoyance into crud. I just can't believe I missed that.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
And then I have 5 ones in the deck, and of course 3 of them turn up on blind leads.
Mm.
I mean, I tried to tell him after when he told me we noticed the Cootie misplay with the minion, just not let him bug him, and I don't know.
Yeah, and then I pretended I was really annoyed about the minion bug when actually it was the Sethru redirect. I needed those cards from the draws that I just wasn't getting from those.
Yeah, he got super unlucky with those ones.
Like the thing is, you had the dooms. Like you didn't doom the Akuti, which was a big mistake.
I didn't realize he was going to hit the. Yeah, I know it was after the fact. I didn't realize you gained 5 off of illusion. I'm like, and then I'm like, oh crap, I should have doomed there. But then the doom actually worked against.
But then it worked out because you got rid of both of my 3s, and they ended up being 1s.
Yeah. Yeah, me being bad has actually helped.
I would have absolutely bluffed if they hadn't have been 3s on there, but there were 3s on there, so I didn't bluff.
Yeah, usually when you keep on top, it's like either a flip or a 3, right? So and then you really have to declare a lead, I'm gonna assume, before an attack.
Yeah. A skirmish, leave it on top, declare a lead, and then you're like, okay, I guess I doom now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did talk about this during the stream, that this is an interesting use of Doom.
Yes.
As it came up with the constellation, with Shafati, Illusion, and such stuff, predicting the cards that are on top. So this is really interesting to counter as well the leads from deck.
I also could have absolutely won the Dome round 1 because I had the turn 2 presence. But I also had I had the turn 1 presence, but I also had the turn 2 Soul Stream Psychic Vampirism, and I felt that'd be more valuable. So I didn't go for that. But then since I knew I wasn't going for that, I should have led from hand with Shafati, but I led from deck. That was a mistake.
I almost feel like you just need to keep all the Psychic Shields in these matchups. Like
I'm surprised you threw one away round 1.
I know, I'm all getting 1, but it's just like.
And then you had the others.
Yeah, because if you would have just drew Shatter Minds earlier and stuff too, they would have been pretty good. Like, because you were always within like 3 or 2, like on the 2 heroes for a while. They just lived longer than they should have. On the Yami and the Sethru. And yeah, I just really didn't have a win condition the whole time. I was trying to kill his heroes and not let him get the dome, because at that point he just wins. Because not being able to push the lane on round 1 at all, like I feel like I'm just not going to get breaches at that point. I have to wait 2 rounds, and then he's probably just going to stop me.
I mean, that was the plan. I was going to try and stop you.
Sure.
But that's about it. Is RG there?
Yeah,
I'm here.
Still here.
Zaraghul knows why we're chuckling as I mentioned to Gameslayer. Got an awkward PM in the middle of the game. Oops.
Yeah.
I have failed as our team's scheduling planning coordinator. Oh well, such is life.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a 2v2 at this time, and if you recall, cdubs, I specifically told RG to reschedule.
Yeah, I just found that message now, and
I was open for Saturday for this, but
yeah,
it's either way.
Definitely an interesting game. It was very weird the fact that we didn't have a great victory condition at all. Like the left breach, right breach stuff, I tried for it. I really did, but I don't think that was necessarily the right play in the end.
Yeah, in these matchups, it feels like just who has more heroes can dominate the board. That's what it always
changed everything.
Yeah, that too. And then your leads were just really not lucky.
No, the Skytear Discharge, the Shattermind, and the other Shattermind.
I just never led from that because, like, I feel like I get unlucky pretty often too. It's just, I don't know, something you kind of have to.
I had nothing in hand to lead with, man. I'm sitting there on a redirect and a psychic shield.
Yeah, at that point, I lead from hand when I can.
Like it was just
But you can't.
I put a lot into that Psychic Vampirism Soul Scream combo and stuff, right? I'm sitting across the table. I've only got 2 activations left. He's got 3 activations left. I have 2 cards in hand to his 5, and it's like,
yeah.
Well, when round 1, when you said you probably should have led from hand with Shafathi, because when you did because you got rid of the card and then you did from top.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he still doesn't know what it is. That's why I took the dome at that point, because I don't even know if I take the dome then.
It was an easy take because basically it was like, do I presence round 1 or do I soul stream round 2? And I went for soul stream round 2, but then I played like I'm presencing round 1. And like I'm presencing round 1, trying to bait your heroes into the dome so that I can presence. I don't know why I played like I presenced round 1 when I was going round 2.
Okay.
There was definitely more than enough mistakes from my side that I can confidently say the better player won in this game.
I don't know if the better player won, but
better player won in this game. We're localizing it entirely to this game. Don't worry.
I was going to say, this is awfully humble of him. Wow.
Thank you.
It was a very well played match, though. Very exciting to watch.
It was. Definitely. And you showed, in my opinion, there was one point where you surprised me with your good Nupton play because I didn't even think about it, which was just a very, very small thing of instead of Shafathi worshipping into the dome and then skirmishing and teleporting. Because I was like, why didn't you just move and attack? And it's like, oh yeah, I guess worship skirmish is exactly the same thing as move.
Yeah, when you hit 4 right? I don't know what you have to react there, so I think just getting the damage from the attack really mattered.
Also, god damn it, Sethru dying at 6.
Yeah, that
was unfortunate.
I mean, it didn't matter. Yami had the thingamajig anyway, but I was really hoping that Sethru would live on like 1 or 2. Yami would walk into the dome and then I'd just kill her. When she declares the worship, and then we'd have actually tied dome, and that would have been amazing.
And then you probably kill me going first.
Well, I'd definitely try. I'd throw Shafathi and Sethru up there at your Sethru, and then I'd throw the other 2 heroes as well, and just hope to get that kill before you could kill me.
If you're first, you have the advantage. So
yes, that's why I went first. Because I had the flux and I had the overwhelming better chance of going for that obstinacy victory by going first. It was.
Yep. Well, good game. Thanks for the game.
Yeah, man. Good game. Congratulations on your 3rd place.
Woohoo!
GG.
I need to win one of these.
Hey, next one's starting up soon.
Just get enough shards. Get enough shards, man.
Or just get 3rd place or top.
Hey, I got into Worlds last time by getting three 3rd places in a row. Well, 9 in a row, but 3 3rd places.
That works.
Yeah, and then look what happened.
Yeah.
Then you
took 2nd overall.
From many players' perspective, they would say I came out of nowhere to become 2nd place, but apparently there's a lot of people that actually predicted me in the fantasy league. So
I was gonna say you were my first drop in the fantasy league. I think I picked you, not Tim Bun, which I regret, but
well, I felt Tim Bun kind of came out. No, I knew Tim Bun was strong, obviously.
Yes,
he also hadn't won a major, or had he only won like 1? He hadn't won much.
I don't think he did he?
Yeah, I feel like he got a lot of seconds.
Yeah, he lost to me in regionals, and he might have got another like 2nd or top. He just played in a few, and luckily, I think the 2nd place gave him enough too. So,
luckily, we have this lovely page called the Hall of Fame on the SkyTier website that lists every winner of everything. So I can pull that real fast.
Yeah, and until we submit this result, I am at the top of that right now, guys. All bask in the glory that is Gameslayer right now. He's treating me with his presence in the stream.
Does
Hall of Famer right now.
Does Bearcat go above you at this point?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not being submitted yet, so I'm still basking in this glory.
To be fair, though, Gameslayer, you're on here quite a few times. Like, you're on here for as you mentioned, the March qualifier, the October Clash, when we still actually, ranked people for Clash, and also the 2v2 League champion. It was good times. Apparently, I am
There's no Ashen Pass champion or world champion runner-up on this list.
That
There
is
should
true.
be a winner, a second place on this list.
Yeah, I think we should note the top 3. I feel like that would be.
I feel like the top 3. Two-lane losers. No, I wouldn't be called that. But Passion runner-up, Passion champ, world champ, or something.
Yeah, Tim's only on here for world championship.
Which, to be fair, is kind of all you really need.
Kind of big.
Kind of big. Yeah, I might only be on there once, but it's I was the best in the world when I was on there. So.
Yeah.
All right, gents. Any final thoughts here before we go ahead and wrap this up?
Nupton are way more solid than I thought they'd be, and I did not expect so many players to play Nupton in this tournament, or for it to score this highly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, top 4, pretty much.
Yeah, top 4 Nupton.
Yeah, top 4 were either mono Nupton or 1 or 2 reds mixed in with 5 or 4 yellows.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted to blow stuff up. That's all I wanted to do for that thing, and then I ended up top 4 for Swiss.
Yep.
I didn't draw Shattermind in round 1 once in any of my games.
That's me too, man.
I just wanted to blow things up, and then I was drawing all the good cards. I was drawing presents like every time instead.
Yeah, I never played.
So much sadder.
All right, well then, on behalf of Gameslayer, cdubs, Zaraghul, and myself, thank you very much for joining us, everyone. This will conclude the coverage of the April World Qualifier, but as we said, stay tuned. The May Qualifier will be here in just a couple weeks. We'll bring you as much coverage of that as we can. Have a good evening.
See ya. Bye-bye.